Okay, we are recording. Take it away, Kimmer.
All right, hey everybody, happy March. So I am gonna just go over some of the new things. I know there's been quite a lot of activity on our main page, giving you guys the info coming up for 10 rounds. If you're confused, you're not sure what that is, it's Joel Freeman's newest program. It's mainly boxing, but really it's boxing and lifting. If you're not familiar, go on his Instagram, go on our coach office, tons of resources for you guys, and he's promoting it a ton. So there's a lot of cool stuff that you can kind of get informed about. There's the free workout, which we shared the link. It's a Vimeo link. So just a little tip. If you can't find it, let us know, but it's posted already in our page. Copy it, save it to your notes, and use it as a tool to share a free workout with others who are interested. Do not doubt the power of boxing. I am shocked. I thought, I don't know if people are going to be excited. So many women I would never have known. Like, I love boxing. So run with it. It's always fun and exciting to have new launches. It's always great for a business to bring it forward. So here's the deal with knowing kind of how to talk about it and when you can access it. Starting Monday, March 16th, it is our coach window. So 2 things to know about this. You have the option as a coach to get a completion pack, which would be if you need to order Shakeology or recover something, it's a great opportunity to buy your normal stuff and also unlock the digital unlock of 10 rounds. If you don't need that stuff and you just get that anyway, you can always opt for the digital unlock, and that's usually for coaches about $37 with our discount. So we will be able to unlock and pre-purchase. Now, you're not going to get the entire program. What's coming out on Monday is 2 prep workouts and I believe 1 week of his workouts. So it's enough for you guys to start to practice and dabble and showcase it online, but not the whole thing's going to come out. Also, if you buy it and you really want to learn and like go deep with the trainer, you can then get access to the Facebook VIP group where Joel is going to be coming in there a lot, talking to you guys, talking about like all the inside information, which when 80 Day Obsession came out and I was in that group with Autumn, I feel like it was gold. It gave so many nuggets, and some of you may have done that like with Morning Meltdown or Bar Blend, but it gives you that really close connection with the trainer and hearing about what's working for people, what questions may come up. So it's very valuable to be in there. So you can access that. I believe they're going to make like a VIP coach test group, which means all of us can participate, and it's from the 16th through the 22nd with Joel. That's on Facebook. So what happens is you typically will get an email, I think, invite, like you're eligible for this, and then you would submit your request to be in it. And then for your customers, 2 things to keep in mind. Just because they're not coaches right now, but they're really eager to start, that's a great opportunity for them to enroll as a coach, get their coach fee wage because they're going to get the challenge pack or even a completion pack if they have BOD, and get their hands on the program early. If they don't want to become a coach or you have new people, then you'll be able to start selling the challenge packs. It starts on April 6th. So that is when customers can start to purchase. So it's not that far away from now. It's great for spring break. It is 3 days of boxing, 2 days of lifting. So just so you guys know. And there's going to be one more thing. Oh, it comes out for everybody in October. So if people are like, I'm going to wait, they won't get it till October. There's going to be a 10 rounds promo code for any coaches or customers who purchased a challenge pack already in this month, like maybe a Bar Blend one or something else. They're going to get a promo code to use on 10 rounds. It looks like there's also going to get coaches, if you bought any kind of a challenge pack between March 1st and March 15th, so you still have time now to get something, you can get a 50% off promo code for the digital. So it's going to be really cheap for us. So like if you haven't got Bar Blend yet, for example, and you want it, go grab Bar Blend and then just snag your 50% coupon so you can get this and not pay full price. I think that's a great deal. It's a huge discount. And then customers who are going to be buying anytime in this month are going to also receive that promo on email. So it's a lot of stuff. It's all going to come from Team Beachbody to their mailbox. You don't have to keep track of all that stuff. So if they bought a challenge pack this month, Beachbody is going to alert them to their option for a discount. So I think that that's kind of all the main stuff about 10 rounds. And I don't want to take up too much time. So if you're confused, reach out to any of us. And, you know, as usual, we try and share the info we're doing. And Christina, our upline of Diesel Nation, already shared her kind of images, the packaging, the pricing. It's all there. There shouldn't be any confusion. You can find it. Kelly posted it a couple days ago, I want to say, in our main team page, and it's there. All you have to do is open it. And I promise you can open it from your iPhone. You can easily read it and create your own stuff. It took me, no joke, 5 minutes to pull some stuff from Christina and make my own quick little email with the free link for the workout. So you guys can do that. And that's it. Off to Shannon.
Right. Hello. I'm currently nursing the twins, so that's why I like keep moving the computer. I might have missed it, Kim, but the other thing I wanted to share too, is that Diesel Nation, Christina, she's going to do a sneak peek group for customers, so you can plug people in. It'll be kind of like a pump them up to get them excited about the program, explain the program a little bit more. There'll be a Diesel Nation group that I like to be a part of as a coach, but I like to keep the customer groups a little bit smaller, especially if they're brand new challengers, just because the other group can be really big. But that's all I was going to say on that. I quickly, while Kim was talking about this, because 10 rounds, the reason they like are doing it is they're like, there's all this hype about boxing. And I recently saw a girl actually post how she joined one of these gyms called 9 Rounds. I don't know if you guys have those in your area, but we do locally. And I was just looking up the membership price, and it's like $79 a month or something. So that's a really huge selling point. And it's just funny because it's like, sounds like very much the same idea of 3-minute rounds, but okay, onward, forward. So next big thing for our team is starting April 6th, we are going to be doing a group called Goal Diggers. If you guys have been on our team within the last year, you've probably done this once, but it's an amazing group where it's a very actionable group. So we just find ways to be more consistent, push each other, and really like set goals for the month of April as far as rank, income, growing your team. And we give you daily tasks and trainings throughout the month to help you get to those goals. Anyone who hits Success Club, whether it was January, February, or March, and are ready to really commit to this group, be consistent, be super active, can join, but you must hit Success Club. So make that your mission this month, because this will be an amazing group. And every time we've done it, we've seen huge growth in each individual that's done it. But again, it's one of those things that what you put into it is what you're going to get out of it. And when people have put in the action and done this training, it's been a huge success. So we're really, really excited to bring that back. And again, that'll be starting April 6th. The other thing is, don't forget Super Weekend is April 17th through 19th. For those that are new to our team, that is our quarterly event where Beachbody coaches, doesn't matter what team you're on, all gather together. Usually there's motivational speakers or guest speakers that are coaches, a live workout. Sometimes super trainers come. We're actually getting Autumn, which is the first time to Seattle, so I'm really excited about that. So make sure you check out when yours is, because it can be Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, but again, it's April 17th to 19th. And then the last thing I'm going to mention is you may have seen it in the emails this month, but they're doing something brand new this year where you can get cash for Summit. They're calling it the Summit Travel Cash, up to $200 bonus points, which is really just a cash reward. But you have to register for Summit or already be registered by March 31st. You have to be Diamond Rank or lower. You have to hit Success Club 10 in March, April, and May, and then you have to attend Summit to actually get that money. But this is huge and amazing and awesome, and I think everybody should go for it. And if you have any questions on that, you can always look at the FAQ, and that is it for me. And if you guys can mute me, my screen disappeared, so I can't see you anymore.
Okay, I muted you. Okay, so before I go into the main topic, you guys, we are excited to announce a team retreat, and we're going to do that in September. So we're going to have more details to come, but we do know for the most part, it most likely will be September 11th through the 13th and in San Diego. We will share more about who we might be having. We don't want to get you guys excited yet, or, you know, spoil it, but we'll give you more information on that. But in order to qualify, you guys must achieve or hold diamond for at least 6 weeks between January of this year and July 30th, or at least by summit. So that gives you plenty of time. If you've dropped rank, or, you know, you're shooting for diamond and you're close, you can definitely get this. So we will share, like I said, just more details on it. But all I know is that it's going to be, one, it's going to be a fun girls weekend because we get to see each other. But we do want to have at least a minimum of 12 guests there. So that means you guys need to work hard to get there. If you've been diamond, like I said, or you're possibly, you know, that's your goal, work with your coach. Go into our Goal Diggers group starting in April that can help you. That's how we do these trainings. And set it a goal. Make it, you know, timeline. Don't be like, oh, I'm going to hit it by summit. No, you should be able to do it in 2 months or 3 months. And what else did I want to say about it? Oh, it will be learning too. So it's going to be, like I said, we hope to have a guest speaker of some sort, and it'll be learning based too. So that way we could provide you guys with tools and things that have helped us and do a couple workshops. And now I'm going to take it over. So I'm going to share my screen. And I just want to do a quick little shout out to Nicole. So we were chatting. Obviously, you guys, we welcome any ideas from anyone, from, you know, all of you guys with stuff that you guys want. And we try to listen to you. And so as leaders with Nicole and Kim and Shannon and myself, we really try to collaborate. So if one of us has, yes, we do have our own teams, but we try to do as much as we possibly can together. And so when Nicole was saying, hey, I'm going to roll this out with my team, I'm going to see how it goes, you know, and just hearing about it when she told us about it, and when she sent us the information, I was like, okay, you know what, we need to roll this out to our team, because I think it is important. Because I think you guys can raise your hands, because this was me. I feel so comfortable, and I did feel so comfortable sharing my fitness journey and sharing about how, you know, our programs are life changing, and how, you know, we have a challenge group coming up, and for accountability support. But I think at the end of the day, we do not feel confident or comfortable sharing enough about the opportunity of coaching. It's like, oh my gosh, like, how am I going to bring that up in conversation? How am I going to talk about that? Even as a new coach, I don't have a team yet. I'm not making a lot of money. I mean, how am I going to talk about coaching? Why would anyone want to join me? And so what we want to do today or tonight is to kind of just combat those fears and share with you this system that Nicole has put in place. And we are excited about it because I think it's a fun competition for us to do. And I think it's going to help all of us kind of overcome inviting to coaching, because really, you guys, that is when you're going to see movement in your income, and when you're going to see more stability, not just commission based. And so let me share my screen. Okay, let me just minimize all this. Okay. And then I'm going to go over, once I'm done, exactly how to get the tools and where it is in our Google Drive. What am I doing? View, present. Okay. So inviting to coaching with confidence. Like I said, this is something that we all probably could improve on, even myself. I've been doing this almost for 5 years, and I can say still, there's just sometimes I overthink it, and that's common. That's totally fine. But then I also, when I have it written out and I see what coaching has done for me, it makes me feel that much more confident about sharing this opportunity with others, especially knowing what it's done for me since I've gone all in the last few years. So a couple of reasons why you should be inviting to coaching and not just inviting to your challenge groups, you guys, is because it can change someone's life. So when you're a coach, I think it holds you more accountable, and I think that it gives you community. However, I do think there's all sorts of other benefits to it, depending on what type of coach that they want to become. because I can tell you right now, a lot of you guys who are on this call, who are my personally sponsored coaches, probably wouldn't be here if I didn't give them that nudge or give them that like encouragement of, why don't you try coaching, or let's sign you up for the discount and then continue working on your journey, and then we'll see where it takes you. So I also think that, you know, you have to unlock the power of our compensation plan, because that's, you guys, where you're going to build exponential income. You cannot build a full-time income just off of commissions alone. You're going to be pedaling fast every month, and you're going to feel like, oh my gosh, I'm spending more money than I'm, you know, bringing in. So the other fun part, or what we recommend, is finding a buddy to learn and grow with. I did this with one of my success partners a couple of years ago when I went to New Leader Conference in LA that Nicole went to last month. And we had a lot of commonalities. We were at the same level. And we would make challenges of like, okay, how many are you inviting to coaching? What are you doing? And so almost made it a fun competition between us, but also sharing our tips and our nuggets. So I highly recommend that too. The thing that I do recommend is let go of your fears. You guys, everyone's going to have an opinion on you no matter what. But if you truly believe in what this is and what it can do for you or has done for you, you shouldn't be worried about what others think of you. And then that you won't be able to lead anyone effectively if you feel that way, or don't think that you aren't ready just because you're new. I know that there's a lot of new girls on this call, and you might feel like, yeah, but I'm still working on my own journey. I can't really, I don't know how to lead a team yet. I don't know the systems and all that. Like, it's simple. You don't need to know everything. And that's the beauty of this, is that you just say, hey, we are part of a great team that has a lot of tools and a lot of knowledge and a lot of success. And I am learning too, but let's do this together, and we'll learn as we go. And I've realized that you have to ask, because it's almost a compliment to them when you recruit. Not everyone's going to say yes. I've had people be like, oh, no, thanks, I just love following you. And, you know, that's totally fine. I've had some people say, oh, sure, add me to your coaching sneak peek or your coach crash course. Do they always end up coaching? No, but hopefully they're continually watching me because I planted that seed. And I know I kind of already said this a little bit, but your credibility does not depend on your rank, income, or experience. So I know this is something with Nicole a couple years ago when we were doing that one-on-one call, and she's like, or a run probably. And she was like, how can I talk about coaching more? What can I do? I feel like I'm just not confident in it. And I don't know why. I can talk about fitness and share that all day long and invite to my challenge groups. I know I'm going to hit Success Club, but how am I going to recruit people? And I said, well, one, I don't think that you are 100% behind on coaching and what this opportunity can do for others. And so you're not sharing it enough. And so she definitely made that switch probably a year and a half ago. It was like, okay, you know what? This has done a lot for me. And so you have to share, you guys, what it has done for you, and what it, like, for example, what we have here: community, excitement, vision, accountability, income potential, or small wins. You can go on Success Club trips. All you guys, a lot of you are heading to Punta Cana in a couple weeks. I had to cancel my trip because I'm pregnant, but you guys, it's something that you can earn by just helping others every single month, at least hitting Success Club 10 if you want to get it fully paid for. And then you get to go to Summit. You get to hopefully attend our team retreat, you know, just stuff like that, that are just fun little perks with coaching. And so coach inviting system, let it work for you. And this is what we have realized by Bob Heilig, who we highly recommend, the Virtual Upline podcast. And I've learned a lot from him. I know Nicole did a lot of trainings with him online last year. And you guys, he says you need to have simple systems, and you have to have a way of sorting through your prospects, because just so you know, not all of them are going to be the good apples. You're going to have those bad apples. I'm sure we've all experienced some of those people who will comment or say something to you when you invite them, like, oh, you're just trying to sell me something, or why are you just trying to be that girl? Whatever it is, you're going to have those bad apples, but you're also going to have the really positive and the good apples, right? Think of this huge community. There's a reason why you said yes, right? You love the products. Maybe you love the community. Maybe you love the accountability. Maybe it's changed your life in one way or another, and more than one way. So don't listen to what people say, watch what they do, and their willingness to take the next step is them demonstrating genuine interest. And the key is to let the process do the work for you and focus on education, not selling. I think sometimes we think, oh gosh, I don't want to be icky sounding. I don't want to seem like, oh, I don't know, like I'm selling them on this, where it's just, no, we want to make it so simple and a simple system where you can just let them decide if it's something for them. And so that's what we're going to go over is this tiny system. And we want it to be simple, and we have tools to help you build more confidence, tools to allow you to stop talking and let the tools tell the story. And the reason why, you guys, is what we've learned is that tools are duplicatable, third-party tools especially. By sharing a tool, you're showing your potential coach that they could do this too. If they see you rambling on and sending them like, oh wait, I have this document and this document, oh, and this, and it might seem like, holy cow, I can't do that. But if you make it really simple and say, hey, watch this 5-minute video, here's a little bit more on coaching, or join my coach crash course, we do this once a month or a couple times a month, you're letting them see, okay, this is actually simple. If I decide to join, I could see myself doing that. But if it seems too overcomplicated and a lot of like time spent into it and how you're explaining it, then they might be like, oh my gosh, I'm already in the thick of motherhood. I do not have time to spend one-on-one with that person, you know, if I have to do that with everyone to recruit to this business, right? And you will not need all these tools for each person. So just know that it's going to be in the conversation that you have and to see where it leads you. That's what I do, you guys, with our fitness programs. So if someone tells me I don't like a lot of jumping, I have bad knees, I'm not going to say, well, here, watch this video of Shaun T or Insanity Max 30. I might even be a little wary of Lift 4, right? I will give the tools to that prospect, whether it's for coaching, whether it's for the fitness as a challenger, what they're telling me, you know, what they need, what they lack. If I can find a little bit more information, then I can figure out, okay, well, this is what I'm going to send them, because this seems like more like something that they would, I don't know, soak up more or have more value in. So who to invite? This is the scary part. Oh my gosh. When I started, I was like, I don't know who to invite to coaching. No one's going to want to do this. Not that no one was going to do this, but I just was thinking this is just, you know, it's just different. And I didn't know where to start. So the best place to start, you guys, is to do a brain dump, in my opinion, and go through your Facebook page or your Instagram. Because if you are working with your warm market right now, you're going to have people who are, one, they should be a challenger. And two, you should be able to feel confident enough to, if they are a challenger, or they have been liking your posts, or they are giving you love on your, you know, whether they're watching your stories or taking your polls or just, you know, commenting and having that engagement, then those are the people that you can send an invite to. Personally, this is what I do for when I'm trying to find challengers to fill my challenge group. I will go through people who are watching my stories. I will do a mix of polls. I will do a mix of the like the question box, or, you know, I'm just trying to figure out who I could get plugged in. It's like a funnel, right? Who can I invite? Who do I feel comfortable enough? And who do I need to build that trust with first? And the other thing too is do not prejudge. We all do this where we're like, oh, well, she's not going to want to do it. She's on the call right now. And Jessica was one of my challengers over a year ago. And she barely, I don't even know if she said she didn't even really log. She's like, I don't even know how to log my workouts and shakes. I'm like, what? How do you not know how to do it? You've been in my groups for the last 3 months. But I didn't know that she was following it. I didn't know that she had been doing Lift 4 and having great results. And one day she just sent me a before and after. And I'm like, holy cow, I didn't know you were doing all this. Great. Like, you just haven't been participating. And she's like, well, I know I don't really have time to log into an app. Well, it turns out a couple of months later, she's ready to coach, even though she didn't like posting on social media, or she never had really. But she was ready to change her life in a way because it changed hers, meaning she wanted to change other people's life with the opportunity now and with the fitness side, because that's where she had the transformation. And maybe it was one of my stories, or maybe it was one of my posts where she's like, I'm at home, I want to make a side income. I don't want to go find a full-time job while being, you know, a mom to 2 little ones. Okay, you know what? I'm going to just go all in and give this a shot. So you guys, people are always watching. If I had never invited her, she may not have come to me, right? So you always have to invite those people, whether or not you think they would actually coach or not, because you'll be so surprised. And even sorry, I'm rambling on this, but this is just how I found a lot of my coaches, is that sometimes they start as discount coaches because that's where they're most comfortable. But don't label them as a discount coach. You know, let them come into your groups, let them be part of our community, meaning add them to our coaching page, the Fit and Balance page. Get them plugged in as much as possible, and always say, hey, if you want to get your shakes covered for or earn a little bit of extra money, have you ever considered coaching and sharing this with a few friends? I would love to help you. They can be plugged into my group. You can add them to our next challenge group. Always be planting that seed with them, because you never know when they might say, you know what, sure, I'll give it a shot. Why not? Especially if they're active and they're in your challenge groups month after month. Okay, so tool number 1. Okay, so Nicole, this is what she has done for her team, and you can go to your upline or you can make one yourself, and we're going to go into a little bit more of what this is. But 5 minutes, that's all it is, you guys. A 5-minute YouTube video of you sharing about coaching. Make it simple. A simple sample invites, depending on the person in the guide that she was going to be providing, which I'm going to show you after this is done. And you would just say, would you want to watch a 5-minute video to learn more about coaching? So Nicole made 2 videos. She has a very big niche of runners, because that's a big part of her business, are runners. So she made 2 videos because she was like, wait a second, if I have all these runners, why don't I tailor it to runners? But if they're not a runner, I don't want to send them the running video, right? And so she has 2 specific ones. One is just for the, her general team, and then one specific to moms who are runners. And then of course you can create your own video. And we're going to share Nicole's video so you guys can see an example of it. It's all in our Google Drive. And so you can either use your upline Diamond Coaches one, you can use Nicole's, whoever you want, or you could use your own. And I know you're thinking, what? I don't even know how to do a YouTube video. How would I even create that? Don't worry, we will help you do that if you are interested in doing that, but it's super easy. You can do it from your phone and upload it to YouTube, make an account. But the biggest thing, you guys, is that you want to have a clear call to action in the video. So, for example, would you like to, if you want to learn more, reach back out to me to get to the next step. If they say they watched it, or you follow up and ask if they watched and they say yes, then you can say, great, what interests you most? You want to find out, not just, okay, great, so what'd you think? Or, don't keep it too general. Figure out, all right, well, was there anything that interested you most about it? Dig in and ask them questions depending on the response. Try not to get the combo going to them, not you explaining it. And then remember, action speaks louder than words. And then the next step, this is what you would say, the next step would be to add you to your coach info session. So Nicole does them on Instagram. Myself, I have not done them on Instagram. I prefer to do it on Facebook. So it's really what your coach, so your upline coach, you can go into, honestly, I don't think any of us care. You can go into any of the sneak peeks, or I call mine the 24-hour crash course. Right now, I'm always changing it up. Typically, I do it the 3rd week of the month. And if I need to do it, I'll do it sooner, or I'll do it a couple times. And then you can just say, would you like to check it out? So for example, if I did the coach crash course last week, but I don't want to put a halt on inviting to coaching this week, I'll still sprinkle it. If someone takes my poll or they're interested, I will add them to it and say, you know what, you can watch all the videos. I'll tag you in each one. Let me know. I'll follow up with you in a couple days. And then you can keep it going that way. If you have anyone new, you just add them to that Instagram page, add them to that sneak peek on Facebook. That way they can learn a little bit more about what we do if you feel like they need it. If they're like, oh no, sounds great, keep it going. All right, well, let's get you started. Let's figure out what fitness program. That's what I typically do. I want to get you into a fitness program. Let's figure out what, would match you best. And then you can either sign up personally. I like to sign up as a coach right away, because that way I just say, you know what, I'll sign you up as a coach. Doesn't mean you have to actively coach right now, but I want you to be an active challenger and get results. And just, if you want, share your journey, but we'll touch base and we'll be in touch. But let's get you into one of my challenge groups that starts on this date. Okay, so coach inviting process tool 2. So this is Nicole's Instagram coach info session. And then, like I said, we also have the Facebook sneak peek, coach crash course, etc. And then you would just send them a direct link or tag the info session page, and then tell them they can check out the highlights or watch whatever videos interest them. And then ask them when they'll be able to watch the videos and write it down. This is something that I recommend because I did not do this when I first started. And then I didn't know who I added. I didn't follow up. And it was like, I just lost them. I did all this work to get them in, to funnel them in. And then I just kind of poof, you know, like I didn't do the follow up the correct way. And so what I always say is, okay, great. So let's say today's Tuesday. Do you think you can probably finish watching it? It's only 2 days worth of stuff, few posts, few videos, might take you 45 minutes to go through it. Do you think if I follow you up maybe on Friday, is that a good time? Let me know. And they say, yeah, you know, you can follow up with me on Friday. So make sure that you know, when they plan on finishing whatever it is that they're watching, if it's the sneak peek on Instagram, the crash course, etc. And then I personally always say, do you feel like you need more information to get started? Or let's go ahead and set you up if you're ready to go. And then of course, if they are being silent and they're not responding to you, I will follow up in a couple days. I don't want to hound them. I'm not like, okay, this is not on my timeline. It's on their timeline. We're all busy. So even though it's a priority for us and it's on the forefront of our mind, it's not always on the forefront of their mind. So just make sure that you follow back up with them maybe in 2 or 3 days. Hey, I know it's been a couple of days. I wasn't sure if you've been able to watch it yet, or maybe you have some concerns or questions. Let me know. I'm an open book about what I do, and I would love to direct you or send you the right information to help you make a decision. So make sure that you have that communication going on. I missed one. Hold on. I don't know why it went all the way down here. Okay, here we go. Okay, so this is tool 3, which you guys, this one is great because this one's easy. You can either do a free group if you have a free group coming up, or you can just send them a workout sample or get them part of your challenge group. This option is for those who are brand new to Beachbody who want to try the workouts first. So we have guides for a free group, and I was actually probably going to consider doing this either the end of the month or early next month. That way I can get them into my next challenge group. And what I mean by that is do 5 days of 5 of my favorite workouts and provide them the link to do the workout, but also some tools of, being a private group. They get a feel for the accountability, and probably have it on Facebook or, or the app. Doesn't matter which one you do, but that way you can just send them a sample of it and they can get a taste of what it is that we do. They can like dip their toes in and be like, oh, this is what your community is all about. Okay. So tool 4, one-on-one call or in-person meeting or questions. So you guys, most people have some questions, and it's up to you how you offer to navigate these. And just don't overcomplicate it. Just be yourself. Try to get them to do the talking more than you. And don't be scared about just saying, do you see yourself doing what I do? Or do you have any concerns or questions? I would love to move you forward. I would love to get you enrolled, and I would love to get you part of my team and mentor you. So I can tell you right now, there's so many people that were in my sneak peeks 3 or 4 months ago that bought a challenge pack this last month in February, and they signed up as a coach. And it took 3 months for them to finally say yes. But what I mean by that is I wasn't pushing them. I just let them make the decision. And I also would say, hey, just wanted to follow up with you. I know this is something that you've been wanting to do. There's a reason why you've been reaching out to me or taking my polls. But what's holding you back? Can I answer any other questions or fears that you have? And a lot of people will actually tell you, well, actually, this is my fear, or I'm worried about time, or I'm worried about this or that. And it's like, okay, well, maybe they didn't watch that video on your sneak peek or whatever, but that way, and you can have that one-on-one conversation. I like to do a lot of voice not texting, but on Instagram, I like to just, instead of going back and forth, I'll just send them a quick voice recording and, let them hear my voice, let them know my excitement, let them know it's not as scary as they think it is, and that I'm here for them, and I'm going to plug them into our training and our team, and they can always cancel. It's not the end of the world, right? And then, you guys, you have to remind them weekly. And what we mean by that is that you have to be sharing coaching on your social media. So most people will fall off at some point, but that doesn't mean they won't sign up down the road. Like I said, I had people that were 3, 4, 5 months ago that finally joined. And this is what happens. You're building your pipeline, but if you never talk about coaching, people will never know that, oh, I didn't know I could join you. I joined someone else because they invited me, because you were too scared to say, well, have you ever considered coaching? Have you ever considered signing up as a coach? And that way it can keep you more accountable. We can do this together, especially if they're a close friend and you know them well. That's what I would recommend doing. But I have to say that people are they're always watching you. So sprinkle in coaching, whether it's in your stories, make sure you do some main posts about it. And the more that you talk about the different aspects of coaching, all in the different ways, the more likely that's going to encourage someone later on to come back around and sign up with you. And it's not something where we're like, okay, you're going to invite and all of them are going to say yes. That's not how it works. It's more of, you're going to be planting seeds, and consider planting seeds as those invites. And then maybe 3, 4, 5 months down the road, when they continue seeing you show up, they continue seeing you have this energy and this excitement about coaching because you keep talking about it, and you invite them again and again, then they go, okay, you know what? I'm ready. Let's do this. But I want to start as a discount coach, or I want to be a hobby coach first and work on myself first. That happens a lot, and that's fine. But if you just invite them to coaching, but then you never talk about it, why would they want to join you? They don't know what it's doing for you, right? So you have to make sure that you're sharing the benefits, whether it's the community, it's the accountability, it's the friendships, it's, whatever it is that you feel like it's done for you, that's what you need to be sprinkling in your social media. Not just one thing, but multiple things. So of course this is going to happen to people. What do you do when people fall off? So your job is simply to move people through the tools and to continue to provide them with the ways to get more information. If it's not the right time or fit, that's okay. Like, I think that's the biggest thing that I've learned in this business. And maybe it's because I've been in sales in my previous life, in my corporate job, is I learned that, 80% of your business is going to come from 20% of people. So what it means by that is that, you can be thinking you're getting a lot of no's and no one's interested, but it only takes that one person that says, you know what, sure, I'll give it a try. And all of a sudden you get another one that says that. And then you get another one, and you have 3 people who are wanting to work the business and wanting to do this with you. And then they find people. It's the ripple effect. But sometimes, you guys, it's just not the right fit, and that's okay. And you can't get discouraged. You have to keep going. And of course, tracking, you have to be tracking down who it is. So how I like to do it, and I am a pen to paper girl. That might not be the best way to organize it in some people's eyes. You can do Excel spreadsheet. You can have it on Streak, which is through Google. But for me, I have it written down. I like to see who I've invited, and then I'll use my little highlighter and I'll go back and I'll, highlight the people that have joined, or I will put a little follow up if I followed up with them. But you have to write down that person's name, and you have to make sure that you know who's agreed to watch the video and who has, takes your poll, who's following the info session account, or who's watching or added to the sneak peek or coach crash course. And then you have to keep the relationships going. Like I said, it's not just about coaching, it's about forming them. And to me, this is part where I don't feel icky about it at all, because I'm not doing it as, it's not phony. I look at it like, well, no, I want to help you. Let's talk about your goals and where you want to be with your fitness journey. Or if it's coaching, what are your goals? What are your fears? So I'm developing that relationship, even if it's not even based on Beachbody, right? It could be on my kids, or just being pregnant, or whatever it is, whatever that commonality is that I have with that person. And then, like I said earlier, is that you don't need to follow up every single few days, you guys, it's on their timeline. So I would just say, hey, it's a good time to follow up maybe next week or Friday. How long do you need to watch these videos? Or how about I just follow up with you in a couple days? Does that work for you? And then follow up with them. And if they've been silent, they've been quiet, then you need to remind them maybe a week later and say, hey, I haven't heard from you, but I just thought I've been thinking about you, or, you've been on my mind and I just thought I'd touch base with you again. And I always want to say, if you have any fears or concerns, let me know, because I would love to address them. But I always try to make sure that I plant the seed of, well, this is why you said you were interested, maybe was you love health and fitness, you would like to make a side income, or you want community, whatever it is. If I get that from them and they know, then I will make sure to bring that up again, because that's their pain point, right? Maybe it's that they want to have a side income for their family, or they want to have something for them besides being a mom. I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to say, you know what, last time you told me that, this is what you felt. Are you still thinking this is something that you would want to try and do because you were so interested before? And I just want to make sure that if you do have any concerns, that I answer any of your concerns or questions. Okay. So this is our challenge for you guys. And this starts, sorry, did I change the date on this? Yeah, I didn't change the date. So it's going to be April 6th, I believe, is what we put. But it's going to be a fun challenge. So look at it this way. We want you to send this 5-minute video that we're going to share that is in our Google Drive, and I'll show you how to get to it and you can watch it. That is either Nicole's, or like I said, you can do it from your upline coach, whoever that is, or you can be yourself if you're ready to do it. But we have the examples and how to do it, and the guideline, or not guideline, but just the recommendation of basically bullet points of what you should talk about, because that way you might be like, well, how do I even talk about it? Well, we have that written out for you. Nicole's done that. And then, like I said, the challenge is going to be 3 weeks. Let's focus on taking action, not necessarily enrollments. So the goal isn't to be like, how many am I signing up? It's no, let's just get over the fear of inviting, because coaching is not scary to invite to. And I think that's something that we need to focus on is, you know what, you might get 20 no's. You might get a few, oh, sure, I might be willing to go into your coach crash course or sneak peek, or, whatever it is that you want to invite them to as well, or just have them watch that 5-minute video. And then, like I said, Nicole has made this training guide to walk you through it. So let me see here if that's it. Okay, so this is what Nicole suggested, and we thought this was pretty standard if you want to grow your team, if you want to try it out. 50 invites. So when you guys think about that, 50 invites for the week, that's for the 3 weeks, 3 to 4 per weekday. Now, that is really not that much if you are learning how to invite right now with challenge groups, right? And you're doing those invites either personally or on your social media. And then if you want to step it up, 100 invites, which is 6 to 7 per day, which is not, like, for me, you guys, I'm not saying like you guys need to do this. I'm saying I'm going to challenge myself, because I need to do this too. We all need to do this if we want to keep our business growing. And then in it to win it, do as many, like if you can do like 20 and you're on a roll that day, do 20. Because, the next day, maybe you have the kids all day, or you have a really slam day of travel, or, you're not going to, maybe it's your weekend and you're taking it off, whatever it is, then just double up one day. That's what I do all the time. I try to take the weekends off of doing anything like that. I'll do a fun post or whatever, social post, but I'm not going to be sending invites necessarily, maybe on my polls that are very lighthearted. But like I said, there's no reason why any of us cannot do this. Okay, so we're going to try this out. We're going to use this system. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if there's any questions. Looks like there are. Okay.
One thing I wanted to mention, since Kelly did a great job explaining it, and me, Kelly, and Shannon are all going through Bob Heilig's leadership program, which is talking about systems. And when I presented this system last week and when Kelly presented today, I'm like, okay, it's a little bit more complicated than I want. We are learning and we're putting this in place now, and we are going to get to the point where ideally we're going to have this as like a more consolidated system. And I'd like to record like a shorter video that we can share, and so that everyone can be on board with how this works. But the first thing I want to say is, if you are newer, if you are all uncomfortable with like even recording yourself, use another person's video. Don't that is the thing that's cool about it, is you can be like, I just started coaching, listen to what my coach has to say, and you are completely taking it off of you, which gives that person the confidence that they could do it too. Like just what Kelly said, like, don't think you have to record a video. Even if you've been doing this for just try with our video this week, and then maybe you're like, okay, I want to make my own. But just try with one of our videos. I do think that maybe Kelly or and Shannon, all of us probably leaders should have our own videos, because that's going to be the person you're resonating with. But that's the point of this, is for you to take the power out of your hands to explain it. Your job is simply to give them the tool and ask them if they want to watch it. Take every expectation out of it. Don't even get wrapped up in whether or not they're going to say they want to go to the next step. Just say, I want you to will you be willing to watch this video? And the way I've been presenting it to a lot of people is I really encourage you, when you're making your list, to make a list of 5 to 10 scary people that you are scared to ask, and then invite them and tell them hey, I'm a little nervous to ask you, and I hope you'll take this as a compliment, but I would love to work with you. You'd be someone I could see that would kick ass at this, and use your own lingo. Would you want to watch a 5-minute video to learn what coaching's all about? And I'm so many people have come back and been like, oh man, I totally, surprisingly, I've been sure, I'll watch it. And then just make sure that when you say that they say they're going to watch it, that you're following them, being okay, so you think you'll have a chance to watch it now? Because it's only 5 minutes, you guys. They can watch it now, ideally. Don't be Saturday and it's today, Tuesday. Don't give them more than a day to watch it, the 5-minute video, the info session. But then make sure you have another step. Every time you talk to someone, make sure there's something else they can get, and then keep asking them, are you ready? Do you have enough information to go forward with this and to get started? Be asking them questions throughout the process, so that they feel like they're just kind of moving through these steps. And some people, you'll be shocked. No one's going to sign up after the 5-minute video. That is for sure. But you'll be shocked by, some people will sign up right at, you'll send them the 5-minute video. They'll watch a couple info session videos, and then they'll sign up. Other people, 5-minute video, info session, they'll join a challenge group. They'll ask you questions. A year later, they'll sign up or they'll never sign up. It's just everyone's different. So the point of the presentation is to show you all the different ways you can present coaching to someone, but it doesn't mean that you're actually going to end up doing all of those things to them. It's just kind of moving them through the flow and seeing where they shake out. And the really important thing I want you to know is that some people are going to be ready. Some people are going to be I don't know if the apple analogy is, the red apples are the people who are ripe and juicy and ready to go. The yellow apples, the people who are you need to come back to them. You need to invite them. You need to warm them up a little. It's just not the right time. And then there's rotten apples. And I want to warn you about these rotten apples, because these are the ones that will crush your soul, because the rotten apples are the people who will say something negative to you, who will make you feel bad, and that is on them. These are these people that the reason they're criticizing you or saying something negative about what you're doing is because they are sad on the inside. And it is literally, sadly, they're the ones that there's something wrong. And it's not they're a bad person. It just means that they have had some bad experience with what we do or something, and they are going to be negative to you. And what you have to do with those people is just move on. Move on, do some personal development, take a deep breath, and just know that you are offering something that is awesome, and it has changed your life in whatever way it is. Maybe you haven't reached your goals, because none of us have reached our goals yet. We're always moving our goals up and up and up. So just know that where you're going is awesome. What you're experiencing here in our community is awesome, and you have something great to offer. And when you get any negativity, you just got to move on, because it's going to happen. And I don't want to send you out into the world asking a million people to ask videos without warning you that like there might be someone who says those things. But just know that all of us have experienced that, had amazing success. And I have way more people tell me positive things when I invite them. I'm like shocked by the number of people who are like, honestly, I can't see myself doing what you do, but I think you're super inspiring. Like, keep on keeping on, and like high five emoji or something. I get way more of those, but you always remember the negative ones. So that's why I just want to bring it up, because it's going to happen at some point. It might not happen during this challenge, but in life.
For sure. I think we've all experienced that, at least us. Because if you're doing the invites, you guys, whether it's fitness or coaching, you're going to get people that, and it's bizarre to me when people just ignore you, but you know they're following you and they like your stuff or they take your polls, and it's frustrating. I had a girl today where I was like, oh my God, she took my poll again. Why? And you never respond to me. And so I just frankly said, are you meaning to take my poll? Or if you are, then I would love to help you with any goals that you have. Is there anything that you're struggling with? And I just try to change up my question to her. But it's just, you can't spend so much of your time and energy being like, well, I need to follow up with all these people that are ignoring me. I just move on. And it's the same thing with coaching, where I always say, start with your challengers, start with the people who are already giving you love, who you know, on your posts. It's great if you've done a coaching post, because then you can go, like, for example, I can go to my post from 2 days ago and when it was all about coaching, and I could message all of those people if I like. That will give me a starting point to be like, okay, you know what? I don't know who to invite, but I'm going to start with my coaching post and all the people that gave me love on that. And, you know, ask them if they would be willing to watch a 5-minute video. Get the ball rolling first before you say that. See what it is that they need and if they're even interested. So what I wanted to do, actually, just really quick, since we have a couple minutes left, so you guys aren't like, now what? What do we do? So I'm going to share the screen again, because I just want to show you really quick. Okay. Let me get out of this. Okay. Why did it do that? So for example, you know what? I thought I had it already pulled up, but I probably just got out of it. If you're like, where do I go? I'm going to Facebook, and I'm going to go to our team page. And I'm going to lead you to our Google Drive, and just where you're going to find this stuff. And it's really easy to navigate. Hopefully you guys saw today that we have it organized a little bit easier and hopefully more user friendly. So I put it under announcements, and I also added it to the file section too, just in case. But if you go here, you're going to see, hey team, exciting news. We've updated our Google Drive Resource Center. So just click on the link, and it's going to take you to our Google Drive. When you're here, you're going to go to the bottom, how to build a team, okay? And it's going to take you to the folder of this fearless recruiting, not fearless. It is fearless though, right? Recruiting system. Okay, so here you see coach apprenticeship, new coach onboarding process, presentations on team building, sneak peeks. This is stuff that you guys, that's why we say, if you want to do a coach apprenticeship group, a 5-day sneak peek, we have it all here for you to go to. So for example, the recruiting system, here is what Nicole created. And if you're like, well, how do I know what kind of video to do? Right now we have Nicole's on here, and we'll add ours. I'll add mine later this week. But she's literally walking you through what to do, of how to do it. So if you're like, I don't know how to do it, like I said, Nicole mentioned it. If you're new, don't even do it yourself yet, unless you're like, I'm ready, let's go. But I highly recommend just using, we don't want this to overwhelm you. Keep it simple. And then when you're ready, you can go for it. Okay, so here's some other things too that she put on here. Just the coach inviting system. Again, who to invite. And the biggest thing too is let the video do the talking. So you know what? If they say, sure, why not? Send them the video. Don't ask them a lot of questions, but just say, when can I follow up with you? It's 5 minutes long. Hopefully they can do it that day. And then here's just ways that you can invite them as well. Okay, so this is current challenger, current past challenger. I'm not going to go through all this because you can go through it later. I just want to make sure that when we get off this, you're like, oh, this is where it's all at. These are 2 trackers that we've used before in different groups that we've been a part of. So if you're like, I'm ready, let's do this. Let's recruit our heart out. Here is a tracker. So you would just either put their name on here through each symbol, person symbol, or you can just cross it off like, okay, invited. And then here's a good tracker as well, but I won't go into that. But you guys, the tools are here. So if you're like, where do I go to find all this again? Where do I find the 5-minute video? 1, ask your upline, okay? Your coach if you don't know, but we have all the stuff in here and it should be easy. And any questions? I know it's about 9 o'clock now. And so one thing I want to say is when I started, and even my first year, I had a hard time sharing the opportunity, even though I was so confident, or not confident, but I loved what I did, right? I loved the programs. I loved the community. And I think that's how I ended up getting coaches, was because I ran really good challenge groups and they wanted to continue. And they wanted to continue being in my challenge groups and they wanted to get the discount. And then I would talk about coaching. I would just bring it up to them. And I would be able to convert them from a discount coach to a hobby and eventually a business coach. Not everyone, but I'm just saying, like, if you have the confidence behind, or you're loving it so much, there's going to be someone else that's going to love it as much as you, or maybe they just want the extra accountability. So just have fun with this. Don't look at it like, oh, I'm not going to be able to do that. Look at it like anything else. Like, you're inviting to a challenge group. Okay, you know what? I'm going to invite to coaching and I'm going to see how many people I can get, and be prepared for the no's. Be prepared for the people who might ignore you. But put your own spin to it, however it is that you want to do it. And I think you will find that you will get more people to say yes than no. Sorry, I'm just looking at the chats. Yeah, so there's going to be people who are going to suck the energy out of you. And what I've learned is, especially if they're challengers and they're just, not saying do I want to waste my time on them, but it's kind of one of those things where I'm like, then let's not sign you up if you're worried about that. Let's just keep you as a challenger. You can be in my groups and let's just keep working on yourself, right? I'm not going to push anyone to become a discount coach or a coach if they are just so scared of every little thing. I can only do so much. Anyone else want to add anything, or at the worst, indigestion at this time of night? I'm like, oh.
Yeah,
I have a
my advice
question.
is just to stay in phase 1. Just worry about getting the video out. Don't worry about the rest right now. Sorry,
Yeah.
what were you gonna say, Catherine?
Yeah, I just was curious, like, how do you want us to track the video views? I mean, I get it, like, we invite it and we get like 10 people who say, yeah, send me the video. So do we just personally track that and send it to you guys, or how are we doing that?
Yeah, it's basically on your honor is what I'm doing, because we're doing it on my team already.
Yeah.
So just weekly at the end of the 3 weeks, or how often?
Weekly.
Yeah.
We haven't really talked, like, I know Nicole, I don't know what you're doing, Nicole, but I was going to say every Sunday we do a little check-in. We'll have a post up on our page, because I'm doing this too, you guys. I don't, like, I need to get myself out there and talk about it more too. We all do. Doesn't hurt.
Yeah. Another reason I created this was, well, partially because that girl who's doing awesome came up with the idea and I copied her, but was also because I just find that I add a lot of people to the info session, but then the info session is kind of more of an investment in time. So a lot of times people just won't even watch any of the videos. They'll be like, oh, I haven't had a chance to watch any. So it's like at least the 5-minute video gets their interest, like enough, hopefully, to take the next step. If that makes
Okay,
sense.
so it's as simple. I mean, I know that we can look in the thing, but it's as simple as like recording your video, making a YouTube account, because I've never uploaded a YouTube video. So just put it on YouTube that way. I mean, it's that simple, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Watch Nicole's, because I do like Nicole's a lot. She kept it really brief, and she even said, she's like, I want to update it. It's not what I like. I'm just trying it out. Like, she wasn't even sure she wanted us to roll it out to everyone. And I was like, Nicole, it doesn't need to be perfect. No one's perfect. We're not. If you did it this way, like, we can all do it too. It's all about trying new things and having more tools in your toolbox. Not saying like this is something you're going to send to everyone all the time, but it'll get you in the habit of knowing that this is a tool that you could share to someone, and it's 5 minutes long. Try to keep it to that. Anyone has time to watch 5 minutes.
If you guys have people that do want to go ahead and take on a challenge of their own, are you guys challengers in their groups? Because that's basically what I did for 2 of mine. And so it was a lot because I was responding to my challenge group and then Marie's challenge group and then another challenge group. And then that's when we finally merged, months down the road. So I just want to know like the next step, like, because some might watch it, but then they'll be hesitant to fully take it on. So do you say like, okay, I'll do one with you, or like, what do you guys normally do?
If you're going to pair up. But if you're going to do separate, then do not be in each other's stuff, because
Okay.
I had a newer coach say the same thing to me, and I was like, oh my God, I can barely keep up with my own challenge group and notifications and looking at everyone that I need to. I can't do that with you, but you got this. Like, you can do this on your own. And you just have to give them the encouragement that I think it's more probably you feeling like, oh, but I want them to succeed. And I want to make sure that you give them, like the interaction in the group too, and you're helping contribute. But no, you don't need to do that. That's too much. That's way too much, Camille. Like, either have them be with you in your group, or you just say, you know what, why don't you ask in our team page who else would want to pair up this month? There's always a few people that might be like, yeah, I would love to pair up with someone. Or, we only have 2. Does anyone else want to come with us? Something like that.
Okay. And then really quickly, so Stephanie and I and a couple other people are trying to do a nutrition group and trying to get only people that buy, UPC or 2B Mindset, but I'm getting a lot of responses. Okay, I have the containers. I want in, and I'm just like, because I want them to get, like, do you guys have a segue? Like, oh, you need the videos, or it's only new challengers, or?
Yeah, Nicole just did
was
this.
really firm on it. I was like, I'm keeping you accountable, but the program is teaching you and you can't get that just from having the containers. You need the education and the resources, and we're going to be going through that in the group. So everyone needs to be on the same page.
Okay. And are you just using the guide that was posted in our
created
group?
my own guide. Actually,
Okay.
it's called Fueling for Freedom. My group is what it's called. So it's in the challenge group, in the guide, in the thing. I actually just had that created. Like, I'm kind of doing it on the fly, but I have an assistant, and she did it. She uploaded it.
Okay. Cool. Thank
So
you.
it's available now if everyone wants to go check it out.
Okay.
Everyone does.
Yeah, and then I know Lisa.
Some of Lisa's, yeah.
Yeah, Lisa created one. Then I know Shannon had one too. It was in the holiday nutrition group that she did. So it's another guide too. So you can look through all of them and just be like, which one would you want to use? Which one looks best, best fitting. but that's how I'm wording it too. I had a girl say the same thing to me, Camille. She was like, "Oh, awesome. Okay, I'm going to do Ultimate Portion Fix, but I already have the portion containers." I said, "Oh, but that's not the program." That's great, but that's not what Ultimate Portion Fix is. It's not just the container. So make sure that you educate yourself a little bit too on it, so you can tell them, "Oh, no, like that's great that you already have the containers, but you're actually getting the bulk of the training and the videos and learning the tools through all the videos on Ultimate Portion Fix. That's a big part of it, not just the containers. Otherwise, it'd be like, oh, just do the 21-day fix eating plan, you know?" All righty. Nothing else? All right. Well, thanks for being on, guys. Did someone get a picture? Because I didn't get one. Hold on. Okay. Look really happy at 9:10. Oh, it's kind of, wait, I'm going to do it again. Okay. Yay. All right, guys. Props to 2 of you with your babies. Amazing. Night.
Night.